see, yeah.
is that each side of this foot is a 1/4 inch from the center.
Right.
And it has these notches. So the notch in the middle is for where the needle is, and then this is a 1/4 inch ahead and a 1/4 inch behind.
Right.
Now let me see that, tell me that again. Okay,
So the notch here is right where your needle is.
that's the needle. Okay, what's this?
These are 1/4 inches in front of the needle and a 1/4 inch behind the needle.
What, then these
Those
little,
are just, I don't know,
they're just there.
the toes.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
My 1/4 inch has a blade that comes down, so you
Yes.
sew right by the.
I know, I
1/4
don't
inch.
like I personally don't like the blades. Some people do.
Well,
Okay.
it's helping me.
Okay, good. Well, whatever helps. Some feet on the newer, fancier machines. So when you have a 9mm hook, they call it.
Mhm.
If you have a fancy machine that the needle can go back and forth 9mm wide.
Okay.
Those are on the big fancy machines. They have feet because their feed dogs are further apart. So their feet tend to be wider. So that when the feed dog moves, it connects with the foot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like a walking foot,
Kind of, yes.
because that's my favorite foot.
But if you put this little guy on a big machine,
Uh-huh.
this is narrower
Yeah.
than the feed dogs. So the fabric might not feed in.
Oh, okay.
So when you see the 37 foot for the big machines, this part here is wider. And then they have like a cutout on here that's a 1/4 inch. And that this side is wider. And that's important for our lesson today. If you have one of those big machines,
Yeah, well, I do,
So-
but I'm gonna be using the 200.
this one is the 1/4 inch, and then this side is wider. Okay, and it makes a difference. So this is the little 1/4 inch foot.
I should have went over to the sewing machine station while I was,
Well, they're not open today.
that's right, it is.
They're
Monday,
closed
isn't
the
it?
13th through the 19th.
Well,
Is that for BU?
Must be. She didn't put on the Facebook page why. She just said they're closed from the 13th to the 19th.
So when we attach the strip, it's really, and again, normally it doesn't matter so much if you make a little, but when we have so little fabric to work with,
Is that right sides together?
right sides together.
Okay.
Come on. And this one doesn't have a,
No.
we're just gonna roll with it here. So carefully and take your time, make sure everything's lined up. And this is a trip, and if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna blame it on I'm not used to the machine.
Okay.
I like those purple things.
I've got that if you want me to
No, it's
take
okay.
it.
what are the purple things, that tape?
Strips.
Yeah, that a
Yeah.
1/4 inch away, yeah.
I've got some of that.
All right. Yeah, you can tell this is a little workhorse.
Yes.
Okay. So here we have our first strip. And I think in the pattern, if I recall, I have you press to the little strip. Especially on the outer border. And think about it too with the windows, you know, when you have that little frame piece, it's usually sitting on top of the window, right? It's not behind the window.
Yeah,
So by pressing this way, it makes it look like it
a little bit
looks,
up
yeah,
higher.
okay.
And this is the window that you're demoing. now.
This is,
What was
yeah,
that?
like a
It's same.
giant window, yeah,
Yeah.
same,
Okay.
same
Both ways.
technique.
Closer to
It's
the
same place.
Half
Okay.
inch, or is it?
This was 3/4 inch cut,
Okay.
Concept is the same as the window,
Mhm.
the trim on the side.
yes. Now, I did my first windows, not this technique, and I just, this, but then I wised up to how to do this, okay. Now, normally when you sit down to sew on your next piece, you do this, right?
Mhm.
We're gonna do it this way.
Yeah.
So you always put the 1/4
Right.
inch part on the top,
Okay.
okay? And you want it, your temptation and what we do all the time is put the edge of our foot along this edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do that. We're ignoring that. And we're going to run the edge of our foot on our existing stitch.
Oh, really?
And I know because this foot,
It's 1/4 inch on both sides.
mhm. So if I put it in here like this and sewed it,
If you did it, there's more opportunity for you to get your real 1/4 inch because
Right.
you're following the seam
then what's
Then your
showing
existing
is the
seam
1/4 inch, right?
that
So
you
what?
already did.
So the edge of that foot is against the seam line of the other.
Yes, and then you
Gotcha.
sew it down. Okay,
Oh.
so that's a way. If you have one of those big fancy machines with the wide thing on this side, then I'm going to totally blow your mind. And you're going to take your piece like this, and you're going to put it in this way, like you're
Oh, yeah.
dyslexic.
Oh, so you can sew it on the other side.
Yes,
but
and
doing
then
the
you're going to
same
run,
method. And doing the same method.
yes, you'll run the 1/4 inch side.
I didn't
So
think about
either-
doing it that way.
I-
I have a bar on mine, and I could actually, because the bar actually, it did help me with certain pieces when I was having 1/4 inch dysfunction. The bar would sit on top and could actually follow your prior seam and could be your
Are you
guide.
stitching kind of on that white seam too?
Well, I should be because that's a 1/4 inch away. I'm stitching right next to it.
I could- that-
But I'm not even looking at that. I keep an eye. I want to make sure that I keep these layered.
that could work.
And somebody in the morning class, the ends are what really will really mess you up. So the end of one kind of looked like this, and then
Yeah.
it messes, or it was like this.
As long as I've been sewing, when I get to that end, I always curve. And I know I'm
It
gonna do it, and
narrows,
I don't know
Do you
why.
do this?
It's
I don't
because
know
you
what I
can't
do.
get your finger in there.
I don't know
You
what
could
to
get
do.
a stiletto to hold it or a pin.
Well, yeah, I use the stiletto and the seam.
Even with the stiletto,
So you know what, I don't know if it's the stiletto or not, because maybe it's a naming convention and I've hung up on. I found this big round ball with a point on the end, and I use it to hold when I get in a jam. I found it online somewhere. But it's a point,
Come on.
and so it helps me out.
So then you get a really nice.
Let me
I
look
got
at
that.
this.
I understand that.
Beautiful.
I'll give it a try on my side.
Okay, now one more thing I'm going to show you. This is up to you. Another issue that people have with their windows.
There's a bigger pair of scissors in that plastic thing behind the
Where's
machine
bigger
right there.
scissors? I have my big scissors
Bigger.
over there.
Here.
The pink ones. Oh, there. We got them. This is
Okay.
it. The Karen K. Buckley's.
Well, that's
Or
what I use
cheesecake.
at home.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake. Oh, cheesecake. We
I
gotta
got
find
this
another
pair.
scissors.
I got this pair, the little bitty pair.
Okay, so we're gonna pretend that this is our pieced window pane, right? One
Mhm.
side,
Right.
and then we have the 1/4 inch strip is here.
Uh-huh.
The other problem that happens is when you sew the pieces together, they might be like this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do this one of two ways. You can press these guys this way, and then press these guys this way. Just press each little piece opposite.
Right,
Yeah.
so that you can
So-
actually get them.
So they'll
Right.
nest.
They'll nest. So either either in and then out, or this way and this way, whatever. And then once you go to sew it,
Then you're matching up with the body of it, not just the point of it that you're
Right.
sewing.
Uh-huh.
right. So you nestle this part.
Yes. You're nestling
Yeah.
further
And then
down.
I pin actually at these joints. There's two of them.
Right.
And then that gives me a better chance. And then whatever happens up here, if I'm off a little bit up there, I would rather have these match.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so that's another technique or a way. Or if you press these both towards the inside, if you're really meticulous about your little,
Do that when I do the strips on the side,
Mhm.
especially changing material.
so if you want both of these to be on the inside, so obviously they're not gonna nestle, but You can still,
It's thick,
after you line it up, you just come back and take a peekaboo. And then adjust it, pin it, sew it.
Have you used those, double, what did I call them,
What do you
Saturday?
call, I
The
know,
double prong,
Pin-
needle,
no,
no,
no.
you don't use those, okay.
I barely like pins.
Yeah, oh.
I like those little thin ones that just stick in you and hurt so
Yes.
bad, but they're wonderful.
Blue and yellow ones.
Anything else seem like they're logs.
Like nice
Yeah.
little thin,
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
yes.
real, just like a little